You're not nice, you're afraid. That's the truth no one wants to tell you. Every time you say yes when you mean no, every time you put someone else's comfort above your own needs, every time you apologize for existing, you're not being kind. You're being a coward, and it's destroying you from the inside out. Today, we're exposing the dark side of being too nice, the part that nobody talks about. The exhaustion, the resentment, the invisible cost of being everyone's emotional support human while neglecting yourself. This isn't a feel-good video. This is a wake-up call. Here's what they don't tell you about being nice. Studies show that people pleasers have higher rates of depression, anxiety, and burnout. They're more likely to be taken advantage of. They struggle with identity because they've spent so long being what others need that they've forgotten who they are. Being too nice isn't a personality trait, it's a survival mechanism, and it's time to dismantle it. Dark truth number 1. You're not being nice, you're buying conditional love. Every yes when you want to say no is a transaction. You're trading your comfort for approval, your boundaries for acceptance, your needs for the illusion of connection. Here's the painful reality. You think, if I'm nice enough, helpful enough, giving enough, they'll love me. But what you're actually creating is this. People who love what you do for them, not who you are. Psychologist Dr. Harriet Breaker calls this the disease to please. You're not building relationships, you're building dependencies where your worth is measured by your usefulness. Real talk. Have you ever stopped being nice to someone and watched the relationship evaporate? That's because it was never a relationship. It was a transaction. They didn't love you, they loved your compliance. The brutal question. If you stopped doing favors, stopped being available 24/7, stopped putting everyone first, would they still want you around? If the answer scares you, you already know the truth. You're not being nice. You're paying for companionship with pieces of yourself, and you're running out of pieces. Dark truth number 2. Your niceness is breeding your bitterness. You do everything for everyone. You're the reliable one, the helper, the one who never says no. And deep down, you're furious. Furious that no one asks if you need help. Furious that people take you for granted. Furious that you're exhausted and no one notices. But here's the part you don't want to hear. That's your fault. The resentment cycle. Step 1, someone asks for help. Step 2, you want to say no, but say yes, because nice people don't say no. Step 3, you do the thing while internally screaming. Step 4, they don't thank you enough, or at all. Step 5, you resent them. Step 6, repeat. Dr. Robert Glover, author of No More Mr. Nice Guy, explains, when you give without communicating your needs, you're creating a covert contract. You expect reciprocation that was never agreed upon. Then you're angry when you don't get it. Here's the truth bomb. People aren't mind readers. When you pretend you're fine with something you're not fine with, then get mad they believed you, you're the problem. You say, I just wish people would appreciate me. Reality, you've trained them that your needs don't matter. Why would they suddenly start considering them? The cost. You're becoming bitter, passive-aggressive, and emotionally exhausted, and you're blaming everyone except the person responsible, you. Dark truth number 3. Your niceness is a beacon for users and narcissists. You know who loves nice people? Manipulators, takers, narcissists, because nice people are easy targets. You don't set boundaries. You don't say no. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You take responsibility for other people's emotions. To healthy people, you're exhausting. They don't want someone who can't communicate honestly. They don't want to guess what you really think. They want an equal, not a doormat. To toxic people, you're perfect. You're easy to guilt trip, easy to manipulate, easy to exploit. Psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula explains, narcissists specifically seek out overgivers because they provide endless supply with minimal resistance. What you're doing. You think, if I'm just nice enough, they'll change. They'll see how much I care. Reality, they already see. They just don't care. Your niceness isn't inspiring them to be better. It's enabling them to be worse. The pattern you need to see. The friend who only calls when they need something. The partner who takes but never gives. The coworker who dumps their work on you. The family member who guilts you into everything. These people aren't in your life despite your boundaries. They're in your life because of your lack of boundaries. Hard truth. You don't have a bad luck with people problem. You have a tolerating the intolerable problem. Good people don't take advantage of kindness. Users do. And your niceness is a user magnet. Dark truth number 5. Every time you accept mistreatment, you're giving permission for more. You say, people keep walking all over me. Truth. You're laying down for them. Here's how you're training people. Scenario: someone cancels on you last minute. Again. Your response? Oh, no worries. I totally understand. What you taught them? Your time doesn't matter. They can do this anytime. Scenario: someone takes credit for your work. Your response? You say nothing, because confrontation isn't nice. What you taught them? They can exploit you without consequence. Scenario: someone speaks to you disrespectfully. Your response? You laugh it off or apologize. What you taught them? Disrespect is acceptable. Dr. Phil McGraw says, "We teach people how to treat us. Every boundary violation you tolerate becomes the new baseline for what's acceptable." The pattern: someone crosses a line. You don't say anything because, nice. They learn the line doesn't exist. They cross it again, further. You resent them. They're confused because you never said anything. Here's what you need to understand. Not setting boundaries isn't kind, it's dishonest. You're lying about what's acceptable to avoid temporary discomfort. Then you're angry when people believe your lie. The truth you're avoiding: people aren't respecting you less because they're bad people. They're respecting you less because you're not respecting yourself. And everyone can sense it. You can't demand respect while demonstrating that you don't deserve it through your own behavior. So what's the solution? Stop being nice. Start being honest. Not mean, not rude, honest. There's a difference between being nice and being kind. Nice tells people what they want to hear. Kind tells people what they need to hear. Nice avoids conflict at all costs. Kind addresses problems with respect. Nice says yes to keep the peace. Kind says no to maintain integrity. Nice is performance. Kind is authentic. Here's your new operating system. 1. Say what you mean. Stop hinting. Stop expecting mind reading. If you don't want to do something, say, "No, I can't." Full sentence, no explanation required. 2. Let people be disappointed. Their disappointment is not your emergency. You're not responsible for managing everyone's emotions at the expense of your own well-being. 3. Stop apologizing for existing. Sorry to bother you, but just ask. Sorry if this is stupid, but just speak. Your existence doesn't require an apology. 4. Allow conflict. Disagreement isn't disaster. Discomfort isn't death. You can survive someone being upset with you. In fact, any relationship that can't survive honesty isn't worth preserving. 5. Prioritize yourself sometimes. Not always, not selfishly, but sometimes. You're allowed to be the main character in your own life. The shift from "I need to make everyone happy" to "I need to stop making myself miserable." From "What if they don't like me?" to "What if I don't like who I become?" Trying to please them. From "I can't say no" to "I can't keep saying yes." The liberation. When you stop being nice, something magical happens. The users leave. The takers disappear. The people who loved your compliance evaporate. And what's left? The people who love you. The real, imperfect, boundary-having you. That's when real connection begins. Here's your challenge this week. Say no to one thing you'd normally say yes to. Just one. No explanation, no apology. Just, "No, I can't." Then sit with the discomfort. Feel the guilt. Notice that the world doesn't end. Notice that you survive. That's step 1 to reclaiming yourself. Drop a comment. What's one thing you need to stop being nice about? Subscribe if you're ready to stop people-pleasing and start living authentically. And remember, being liked by everyone is impossible. Being respected by yourself? That's the only thing that matters. Stop being so nice. Start being real.